Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
And Schif Mizara.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden, talking about football. That's right, man. I'm a happy guy. Despite my team testing out, it's kind of good when your team throws in the towel for the season. Then it's like, all right, no hopes up. I didn't even watch the full my team's game like normal. I just watched, I like that multi-view thing you could do. So I just picked the games I wanted to watch. I had Miami down in the corner while I watched some other games at the same time. Sometimes I'll switch and get a box with a red zone and some in 3 games. It's a pretty cool feature they have on DAZN. But, yeah, my team throwing in the towel was okay because on Saturday, my motherfucking Hurricanes from the went on to the next round in the college football playoffs, beating number 7 Texas A&M. And I bet on it for us. I didn't tell you, but I bet. That's all right. I bet that we're going to win. I bet with my heart. And now I got a future bet out there that both of our teams will win the next round. So we'll see. Miami probably let us down, but whatever.
You guys, remind me again, who are you playing in the next round?
Ohio State. The Ohio State University.
The
Ohio State University. Yeah. So,
Georgia's going to play Ole Miss again. I don't like playing the same team.
No.
Twice in a season. That gives me.
It's just a little icky.
It gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
It was fun to watch some college football that matters. We were up talking about it. It's like, woo! I got the little jitters and stuff. I was feeling good, man. It was I love a defensive battle, so that was nice.
It's one of those things that if you're, my only criticism of the college football playoffs is that it's such an easy way to fix the problem. You had a couple of games that just weren't even competitive. You've got these automatic spots for these like group of 5 teams that just, shout out to them for winning their conference and playing well. But there are certain teams that just do not belong. If you want to have the best product on the field, these teams don't belong in a playoff scenario. Like it's very, very just, again, look at the NFL. Yeah. And this whole like, oh my God, you beat so-and-so in week 2. And that win seemed really good in week 2, but then it turns out that team, we didn't know that team sucks. So now that it's week 8, that win isn't in my, it's like, look at the playoff picture in the NFL. It's like, just fucking win, you dumbass. Yeah. Like, what's your record, period? I saw a lot of things this weekend, both in the college game and the NFL that kind of annoyed me, that I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, come on, clean this stuff up, guys. Like, the best description of it was someone was saying, I was listening to a thing about college football, and he was trying to explain what was happening to his wife, and he's like, the most annoying part is that like you make it. He's like, I know everything about college football. You make it impossible for me to explain it to people who don't know what it is. Yeah. And that's the frustrating part.
That's how I felt when I was like at that strip club in Miami watching the game, and there's a bunch of fans there, and there was that.
That's a nice transition.
There was that Ravens game, Ravens Steelers, when the guy catches the ball in the end zone, and everybody says the catch, and it's like the whole bar. That should be the rule. There should be an NFL bar, right? Where people go and they sit at the bar, and if there's any questionable, like they have officials there that are ready to call into the refs. So the officials, somebody from New York, maybe the bar could be in New York, and they have a lead official that's at the bar with the people, drinking beers and having wings or whatever, and then the whole bar goes, "Oh, that's a catch!" Then they call in to the ref like, "Hey, it was a catch, man." The whole bar says it's a catch. That's my suggestion. Funny. That's my suggestion. Have it to where whatever the bar says. That Des Bryant catch that kind of made everybody rethink a catch and redefine a catch. The bar,
I have a question about. I have a specific question about. I like this idea, but I have a systemic question. Okay. Is there a designated caller Who at the bar, and if so, does that caller need to be sober,
Oh, I think
or
that
is it just decided like who is the least drunk of us is going to make the call?
no. The patrons at the bar that'll
Yeah,
probably pay the higher price, whatever. I don't know. Actually, it should be free. You get in free. It's just the first
yeah.
come first serve, and then they're drinking or whatever. But the NFL official who doesn't make a decision at all, he just listens to what they say. That person's sober.
Okay.
Maybe they have a drink, but that person is gonna have to be clear headed enough to get the
You
call
know
in on
what?
time.
Actually, I just fixed it. The bartender makes the call,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I mean, the bartender is the perfect sort of go between.
yeah.
He's the man in the middle between the people
Yeah,
drinking and watching the game at the bar and the NFL refs who are
yeah.
on the field.
And he's
The
probably not
bartender
drunk.
is like, well, it is a unanimous consensus
Yeah.
that was a catch.
Yeah.
Right?
And they call New York, and and New York tells the refs. Yeah, I like it. I think that's how it should be.
One of the little things that annoyed me this weekend, I can't even remember which game it was in. It was a catch. It was one of those things where even the guy on the broadcast was like, I don't get it. Like, why is it that when a receiver makes a catch and he's falling forward and his toes are down, sliding out of bounds, why do they consider that a catch? Where in this case, in the game this weekend, he was doing the exact same thing, but he was doing it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So his toes touched and slid out of bounds backwards, and for some reason that wasn't a catch. It's like, I don't understand why.
I don't either.
I don't get it.
I don't either, man. A lot of this stuff, man. And I'm really at the point where, like, maybe you know how the clock stops running in the after, I think it's 4 minutes when the clock stop. If you step out of bounds, the clock stops. But before that, the clock just keeps running, and just to get the commercial break to make money. I think
it's to prevent concussions, Jonathan.
It's for player safety. Sorry, I was mixing it up. I thought it was money. No, follow the safety. Follow the safety. The old rule to see where the problems are. Follow the safety. Now I think that inside 4 minutes, once the clock is like adjusted by the time, I think that should trigger that should be triggering where penalties are reviewable. So now we're in the second quarter, and the fourth quarter is more heavy.
Right.
Now, if you call pass interference, it's reviewable by that bar. Back to the bar. A bar review.
Agreed.
I think that should be it. And within 4 minutes of each half, reviewable penalties. Because I saw some. I'm like, come on. You get pushed. They get 15 yards because of this, or a 20-yard gain because of a bad pass interference. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Anyway, we can get you beat the shit out of me. Speaking of fucked up, I got fucked up this week. This is the worst ever. This is I don't know if people play spades out there, but you almost ran a Boston on me. Get every.
I actually, I couldn't believe it because unlike you, right? I have my own spreadsheet where I write it down and then I bust out the highlighter, and as I'm like going through it, I'm like, what? Wait, is this? And I had to double check to make sure this was real. I could not believe it. I was like, wow.
It. It's like I
got so lucky.
I missed every upset. You called every upset. You called an asterisk on an upset. I missed an asterisk. Only thing that was missing is an actual upset on the board for you to hit the trifecta, the holy trinity of the flip and pick 'em holy trinity. Jeez.
That was crazy.
Did you get any wrong?
I don't think so because I picked the Titans to beat the Chiefs. Right. You put an asterisk on it, and then you picked the Saints to beat the Jets. I picked everything right. Man,
everyone you got right. We should have only bet on your picks. I got did I get everyone wrong? No, I got a couple right.
You got the Saints right.
Man, this is crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but congrats to you, man. You now have the lead, which you normally take going into the playoffs, but you just took it early this year, and I'll probably never see it again. It's been real.
It's been a good weekend for me as far as comebacks are concerned. We'll get to the 49ers game, but last night in my family fantasy football league, I was losing to my wife in the semifinal, and
she's got such a great draft strategy.
Exactly. She's back-to-back winner. And I was like, we cannot have this woman who knows nothing about football going back-to-back-to-back. And I needed McCaffrey to outduel Jonathan Taylor by 10 points. And he did it. And I snuck by her by like 5 points, I think. Before she went to bed last night, she was like, "Oh, I guess I'm in the final again." And Isak was like, you shouldn't be so confident,
I can't wait to talk about that game.
Yeah.
But we'll start with the Thursday night game, which was a classic. This is NFC West. Oh, my goodness. This is my favorite division. Used to be the AFC North, but now it's the NFC West, where the Rams took on the Seahawks. And the Seahawks upset the Rams, who I still, after the game, still think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. But that's twice I've been saying that they're the best team in the NFL, and they lose. Because they lost recently, but they were missing Devontae Adams, and you could feel his they kicked field goals when they would have been scoring touchdowns.
This has to be one of the most entertaining Thursday night football games of all time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. Yeah. Obviously a lot of narrative about him not being able to win the big game. That still can be true.
He tried to throw it away.
Sure he did. But they really, they were, what was it? They were down 30-14.
Yeah.
Before they mounted this comeback. And honestly, Rashid Shaheed turned the game on its head.
That's what happened.
They picked this guy up from the Saints before the trade deadline, and not a lot of people were like, sure, whatever. But what they failed to realize is that the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks used to be the offensive coordinator in New Orleans. So he had very good knowledge about Rashid Shaheed and what he was capable of. And he basically just plucked one of his favorite players from his old team and said, this guy could change our season. And he's done that. Like he did the exact same thing to the Falcons that mounted their sort of route of us scoring on a punt return right out of the half. As soon as Rashid Shaheed scored that touchdown, this game just completely turned upside down.
Yeah.
Stafford went absolutely ballistic, of course, but it didn't matter.
That dude, man. Did you see the no-look touchdown pass?
Yeah, of course. Even I saw it. Of course, Stafford didn't see it because he wasn't looking, but I saw it.
And then Puka Nacua, I've been on his nuts for a long time. 225 yards, bro.
Right. 225 and 2 tutties, one of them in overtime.
Yeah, he's like, they know he's going to get the ball. There's nothing they can do. I think with Devontae Adams, they win the game. But, it was still, it doesn't matter, man. The Seahawks, they're the best two teams in NFC.
The one thing we have to talk about is obviously this 2-point conversion that's a little controversial. The Seahawks were going for 2. It's a lateral pass that gets blocked.
Yeah.
And it hits the ground. At first, it's called an incomplete pass. Charbonnet picks the ball up.
Yeah.
Not because he thought he was recovering a fumble. He picked it up like he found like a piece of trash on the field and was just like, oh, I guess I should pick this up and get it out of here. Turns out the refs decided that it was a backwards lateral, which meant that it was technically a fumble and then it resulted in a touchdown. The problem is that all of the angles that I saw, there was one angle where I'll agree, it kind of looked like a backward pass, but the problem is that it was still from a forward angle, so you can't really tell. I didn't see any video evidence that, like, as they say, that was conclusive enough for them to
change the call.
And it's so close that it's one of those things that, like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe they saw something that we didn't see, but
that could flip like a whole, like, the division winner, playoff seeding. It's so much stuff that changes, man.
I didn't like. Nobody on the field nobody thought that was a fumble. Like they literally were already lined up to kick the ball off.
We're gonna check with the bar. Nobody in the bar thought so as well. So
that one would have been a tough one in the bar, though.
No, they would, but it has to be a impartial bar.
Right.
Like that bar could have been in New York City.
That's true. That's another important part. That needs to be.
You have one in LA and one in New York. We got two bars where no, not New York, not LA. New York has some football fans. Maybe like in I don't know, another city, a different city, not New York. I mean, not LA. Like football fan.
It's gonna be tough to find unbiased places.
Yeah, maybe you have like 8 bars, one in a city in each division. You know what I mean? And a rotate. Oh, we'll figure it out. In the off season, we'll talk about
we'll keep
bar
workshopping this bar.
But that was a good game. I think both of those teams will go far in the playoffs. One team that people were worried about is the Eagles, who they looked scarier than in a long time as I watched this game. But they were also up against a very overmatched Commanders team.
True.
But they were kind of firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, obviously, Marcus Mariota had a tough day. He got knocked out of the game early, which brought in Josh Johnson, which did not help at all. Saquon had a really good game. Yeah. He had a lovely angry run for a touchdown where he was just blasting dudes.
Yeah, he seemed he had some pep in his step on this one, man. It was don't forget who I am.
I think they finally figured out the recipe. Like every time AJ Brown gets over 100 yards, the Eagles lose. So they kept him right at 95.
And he kind of got those in garbage time.
Yeah, it's true.
They were like, all right, let's feed this guy, shut him up. We won the game. Let's just give this guy a few more catches.
I mean, to me, this game was never. I was never confused or in doubt about how this would end. No. Nor does it tell me that the Eagles are ready for the playoffs. It doesn't. This game doesn't tell me a lot.
It feels like they've had 2 tune-up games in a row. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they played the Raiders and now the Commanders. Next week is a big test when they play Buffalo.
Well, I don't really think it will matter that much because they have. They have clinched the division. They've clinched the division, so. That's going to be another interesting thing to see this week is who's playing for these teams in these different scenarios. I'm not playing Jalen Hurts next week.
But you got seeding though. You still want to get. You want to play. It depends on what teams you're going against. You want to get the seeding right. We could talk about it with the next one the next episode when we do the standings because you kind of don't want to run up against some teams, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be trying to line up and play the Bears if I could.
Let's talk about that because I have feelings about this game. Okay. Isak tried to come at me the day after this game. And
he's a big Caleb Williams, right? He likes Caleb Williams, right?
For whatever reason, he's decided that I'm wrong about Caleb Williams, and he likes getting in my face about it.
Bro, did he watch all the snaps of this game?
Of course not. And that was the argument that I had. And I was like,
you gotta watch Caleb Williams. Like it's like I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. So, I'm impressed by Ben Johnson.
Let's not bury the lead. The pass that he threw to DJ Moore to win this game in overtime is one of the most beautiful moments of football that we've seen all year. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I will give him credit when he does something good.
He's a boomer bust guy.
The big problem for me is that they're always winning these one-score games by and large because they cannot establish anything even close to a sense of dominance in quarters 1, 2, and 3. They always need that last-second moment for him to pull a rabbit out of a hat. And to his credit, he's done that more oftentimes than not this year. But the problem is that you can replicate that success in the course of a season, but that is not going to be an easy thing to replicate as his career moves forward. Just ask Jaden Daniels because he did the same thing last year. Yeah. And they have not, even before he got injured, he was playing like shit this year. Yeah. So I'm not here to blame it on the injuries. The fact that they could barely beat a Malik Willis-led Green Bay Packers team is a problem.
No.
Because Jordan Love got knocked out of this game very early.
Yep.
He got blasted in the face, concussion, had to leave the game. Malik Willis played pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, he had a really high quarterback rating, and but I mean, LaFleur gone LaFleur. That's what I like about LaFleur. He's one of my favorite play callers because
he had a higher quarterback rating than Caleb Williams, which is kind of funny.
I mean, he had almost the perfect quarterback. It was very, very high. It's hard to get higher than that. The perfect is 159.8 or whatever it is. Yeah, but when I see it, some passes, I'm like, what? Caleb Williams just inaccurate, but it's like he has to be on the move almost, and that's not a good sign.
I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, I could be wrong though. I'm still not keeping it out of the realm of possibility that I'm wrong, but I'm just not. When I see it, then I'll say it, and I still don't see it. I'm saying it.
As a complex human being, I'm able to hold 2 and sometimes 3 different thoughts at the same time. I think that what the Bears, this is fun. What's happening with the Bears is really fun to me. I like to watch this. I like to see this happen. I love to see that last second throw like that. The fact that I don't believe in Caleb Williams as a generational talent or a long starting career, the fact that I don't believe in that right now does nothing to the joy that I have from just the pure, amazing football moments that are being produced on the field. And I agree with you. I think Ben Johnson is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's got to be coach of the year.
It's either going to be him or Vrabel. It's probably going to be Vrabel.
Yeah, probably Vrabel. But he made more with I feel like Johnson is doing more with less. No, maybe Vrabel's doing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Both of them are deserving.
It's a close call because if you look at that Patriots roster, it's like, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. The Browns played Buffalo. They gave them all they could handle.
Speaking of huh?
Yeah. This was the game of the week. It looked like Buffalo might just pull away. I just thought they were going to just stomp them out in the second half, but then the Browns outscored them in the second half. Buffalo just kind of packed it in. I don't know. Myles Garrett was trying so hard to break the record, too.
Yeah, they kind of cheated and gave him half a sack.
Yeah, that was really such bullshit. He didn't get that. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah,
it's and they changed it. They changed it like they gave it to the other guy, and then they changed. Oh, he gets half a 2 quarters later. They're like, oh well, we realize. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I was like, don't fuck around and do that when he breaks the record. That'd be stupid.
There's a one when Michael Strahan, when he got it, the guy just lets him get by.
Yeah, I think it was Brett Favre. The guy lets him get by, and then Favre just kind of folds over. Strahan never even touched him.
Just like, here you go. Here's your final sack, buddy.
Here's your record. Rough day for Josh Allen.
Fool's goal.
Rough day for anybody who started Josh Allen on their fantasy team, and they really needed him to
win.
In
the playoffs, yeah. Playoffs.
But my man, former Bulldog James Cook, stepped up. He had 117 yards. And
I need a dog sound.
He looked great in this game.
Yeah.
This is funny. The thing I like about the Bills' offense is that, there's games where Allen and Cook kind of go off at the same time, and then they just beat the snot out of teams.
Yeah.
And then there's games where one of them kind of saves the team. I like that James Cook is making it possible for the Bills to win football games, so that a situation where Josh Allen doesn't have to be Superman. We saw the exit of Shedeur Sanders for a little while.
Yeah, man.
He busted up his finger. It was all bloody, and we were introduced to. I'm gonna kill the. I had no idea who the fuck. Well, Dylan Gabriel, didn't he come in?
I thought he came in. Yeah,
he must not have thrown a pass, but somebody named Corey Bojorquez. Yeah, never heard of him. Harold Fannin, the tight end for the Browns, is turning out to be one of the best rookies of the year. What is it with it was like 3 years in a row where we've had just breakout rookie tight ends just going bananas.
It's because it's so many young quarterbacks, and that's what you can lean on. And tight ends are more athletic now, so they're going up against linebackers. It's closer to the football, so it's a good safety blanket for these young quarterbacks.
Sad news. The Browns running back rookie Quinshon Judkins broke his fibula and dislocated his ankle. It's crazy when they say we're not going to show you the replay.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. You could tell right away he was not in a good space. But yeah, bummer for them.
Speaking of not in a good space, the Cowboys are eliminated now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in a good space. It looked like this was going to be a shootout at the beginning because they were going back and forth, pow, pow, pow. But then the Cowboys ran out of bullets.
Pew, pew, pew.
The Chargers, they were like, all right, they brought a lasso to a gunfight, the Cowboys. So the Chargers just ran them over, man, and ended their play. I thought they were going to fight harder, man. It was your last chance. But then they were saying that because the Eagles won, it was kind of over for the Cowboys anyway.
They were already eliminated before this game even started.
Yeah,
and they knew that. So I guess that maybe that played into the way they approached the game. It certainly did not factor into the brainwaves of my man, former Bulldog George Pickens, who went 130 and a tutty. He didn't give a fuck.
And
Quentin,
that contract.
Quentin Johnson, he is going to get that contract. Quentin Johnson for the Chargers is such a weird player. Like, he just disappears. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, yeah, okay. He made one of the sickest one-handed touchdown catches at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. And Justin Herbert, jeez, when this dude is on, he threw some lasers, man.
Yeah, he did.
I like him when he's got when the pocket's clear. He's like golf on steroids. You know what I mean? Like a juiced up golf. It's just like, man, when he's got the pocket clean. But then the difference with him in golf is like, if the pocket starts collapsing, if you let him step up and to the left or right, then he can gas you for another 20 yards. Or golf is kind of stuck there. Golf running is hilarious.
I was impressed with the Chargers. I mean, I can't say I feel super confident about their chances in the playoffs.
No.
But they are 11-4, so credit to them.
Yeah,
they'll be there.
You know who won't be there? Tennessee Titans or the Kansas City Chiefs.
Crazy, right?
God damn, it's still hard to believe. The Chiefs trotted out Gardner Minshew, who I think he had a concussion, and then Oladokun came in.
No, Minshew.
No, his leg injury. I'm sorry.
Busted his knee.
Yeah, that's what it was. Knee injury.
Yeah, I mean it looked like both. Like, because when he was leaving the field, he looked confused about who he was, where he was at.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it was. He got blasted, and then Chris Oladoku. Oh, I'm thinking of the guy who used to play for the Falcons, Oluokun. Yeah, he wasn't so bad.
No, I was like, okay, this seems like a good, it seemed like a more fitting backup for a game plan for Patrick Mahomes. But
he got sacked 4 times. This game was hilarious for a long stretch. It was like 2-0 because of a safety. And then at one point it was 3-2. I was like, is this soccer? Like, what is going on here? And then finally the Titans put some shit together.
Spags was like, I'm out of here, man. I'm done with this shit.
This is over. I mean, this is such a disappointing, like, to go from this dynasty and always going to the AFC Championship game. Like, it could not be more over than like you're eliminated from the playoffs and you just lost to the Titans.
No, you got beat badly by the Titans.
And you had to play your third string quarterback. Like, tell me it's over for the Chiefs, pretty much.
Yeah, man.
I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
lot of speculation that Travis Kelce is probably going to hang up the cleats.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's official, but I would not be surprised.
Nah, me neither, man.
What does he have to come back for?
Yeah.
Hey, why come back, especially when you know Mahomes may not even start the season next year?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
So,
what about McCarthy? You think he's going to be starting quarterback for the Vikings next year? Or is it going to be Max Brosmer, the one, the only Max Brosmer? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's a very, very good question because it's a real question that they're going to have to address. Because I don't think J.J. McCarthy is good enough. No. And this stat line for him, okay, they win this game 16-3 versus the Giants. Big whoop. But this stat line that J.J. McCarthy has in this game is eerily similar to what almost all of his stat lines would look like when he played for Michigan. Do not let this kid throw more than 14 passes. Just let our running back.
He came out, though. He got hurt, right?
I'm aware of that, but I'm just saying, like, this, like, I really am. I think they made a huge mistake, and they're going to have to figure. They need some kind of a weird backup plan for next year, and I don't know what it is. Like, maybe they'll be in the Mac Jones sweepstakes.
Kaepernick, baby.
Sure,
let's bring these old quarterbacks. Warren Moon. Warren Moon is coming.
Warren Moon.
We're bringing back old quarterbacks, man. Drew Brees is ready, man.
Someone got Michael Vick's phone number? Get him on the phone.
I know. Get Michael Vick, Drew Brees, all these guys, man. It's time.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Jackson Dart got sacked 5 times? He probably got another concussion. I don't know if that's true, but he gets one every game.
Jeez. Oh, my God. I didn't see his stat line. But, I mean, these young quarterbacks, going up against a Flores crazy-ass defense. 7 for 13, 1 interception, 5 sacks. Man, this looks like one of those stand back and spike games.
Didn't he get like a sack? There was a sack fumble. They got scooped up. He got absolutely blasted at one point. One of those things where you're sitting on the couch and you almost feel you're like, oh God.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. It was just we knew they were going to be overmatched by that defense, and luckily because they still put up 13 points, and that's all the Vikings needed was 13 points to beat.
There you go. You skipped game of the week, Saints Jets.
Really? Did I skip that?
I think so. Yeah,
I did.
That's the only game you got right. How'd you skip that?
Just depression. Just flip 'em, pick 'em depression. Tyler Shuck throwing the ball 49 times.
Yeah, he did.
300 yards. They might have found their guy, man.
Possibly.
Taysom Hill with a perfect quarterback rating. 1 pass, 1 touchdown.
You know what? They
yards.
said something crazy about Taysom Hill. Let me see if I get this right. He's the only player in NFL history, as of this game, to have both run and thrown for 1,000 yards or some shit. This is something.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that during the game. I saw that popped up.
Very funny. Obviously, the Jets are not a serious football team right now. They're playing Brady Cook, who is not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not a real quarterback. There's not really anything to talk about in this game.
No.
Other than the Saints like playing themselves out of a decent draft pick, which I love to see.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like old punchable face might have got him a quarterback to work with, so that's good.
Yeah. On to the rest of the NFC South. This was the Bucks versus the Panthers, basically for the division lead. And shout out to the Panthers. We've been saying this
every other week.
And last week they lost, so this week they were due to win, which means they're going to lose next week. I mean, defense played a good game. They really gave Baker Mayfield all he could handle. Yeah. And the Bucks.
He was under duress.
He was under duress for the. I mean, he only got sacked twice, but I felt like he was on the run all night long.
Yeah, man.
He made some big plays with his legs. Like I still kept thinking they were going to put this together, but something happened to the Bucs in the middle of the season where it's like they just I don't even. It's such a intangible thing, but it's like they lost their mojo somehow. Because they had so much juice at the beginning of the season, and now they've just been like, yeah.
I thought Mike Evans coming back was going to bring that mojo back, but it feels like they haven't gotten it right. But I don't think it's too late for them.
And the same thing happened to Emeka Egbuka. Like he was lights out in the. They talked a lot about these two rookie receivers coming into the game. They were like, well, Egbuka actually has had a better season than Teteroa McMillan so far. But I was like, yeah, but these two players are heading in opposite directions. Yeah. Like Egbuka is heading down and McMillan is heading up. And we saw that in this game too.
Exactly.
Because T-Mac was balling, made some really nice contested catches. And the Panthers are in pole position to win this division. They play Bucs play the Dolphins next week.
That's a victory for Miami.
Panthers, I'm okay. Panthers play the Seahawks next week.
They're gonna lose.
And then the final game of the season, these two teams play each other again, right? Ooh. Bucs versus Panthers.
It's going to be for all the marbles.
It should be for all the marbles.
Yeah, because the Bucs will probably lose next week. I mean, the Panthers will probably lose next week, and Bucs will win next week. So then it's going to be all. Ooh, that's going to be a fun final game. That's why I love that the schedulers decided to do rivalry games on the final week. Every game is a rivalry. A game we can gloss over is Dolphins-Bengals. Dolphins got a good look at Quinn Ewers, and the first two letters of his last name describes how they feel about him. Ill. And I don't know, man. I got nothing to say about it. I think Dolphins are in like full eval mode. I don't think they're going to blow it all up because there's not some huge coaching candidate out there. But then again, they might blow it all up. It depends on whoever the GM is going to be. But I think they're done with Tua, though. I think that experiment might be over. But then again, they owe him a lot of money. So
actually, one of the most interesting things I heard this past week regarding Tua was I heard one guy basically say, the Falcons have already kind of done the Dolphins a favor. Like, you could just do what the Falcons did with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
It's too expensive to cut Tua. You're not going to be able to trade Tua.
He'll be your bridge quarterback.
Tua, well, you could still bring in a quarterback, go draft one or get one in free agency, and you could make Tua, one of the most expensive backups in football. You could do a lot worse with Tua as a backup. So we'll see. There's obviously a lot of unanswered questions in Miami.
Yeah.
Bengals too. I think.
Yeah, they might be. And
nobody.
I don't know, man.
What's going to happen to Zach Taylor?
Joe Burrow out here killing it. I mean, Dolphins do have a good defense. Joe Burrow out here, 4 touchdowns, 300-plus yards, 25 of 32, crazy high quarterback rating. And it's like, are you gonna run it back with this coaching staff? I don't know, man.
I really don't think you can.
I don't think you can either. So that's going to be fun. I mean, that's two teams that are in a very transitional period. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't have much else to say about that game.
My biggest fear of the offseason is the Bengals are going to fire Zach Taylor and the Falcons are going to hire him.
As a what, offensive coordinator?
I don't
Zach for Zach? Drop Zach and bring in Zach?
That's true, because our offensive coordinator, he's having a nice little run now, but fuck that guy. He's been terrible.
A return of the Zach? I was so happy when Mac Jones came in to kneel the ball last night. When the game was put away, he comes in. I'm like, oh my God.
Speaking of oh my God.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Denver Broncos in Denver. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
This was my unknown. I said both of these teams seem like they might be fake. They have fake potential. Let's see what's what. And then, lo and behold, we got to step out of the way for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Duval.
Yes, that's right.
Trevor Lawrence followed up his 5-touchdown game last week with 3 touchdown passes in this game, as well as a rushing touchdown.
Against the best defense in the NFL? Or one of the best?
He is on an absolute fucking heater right now. That touchdown pass that he threw in the beginning of the game, I don't know how he got the idea, oh yeah, I should throw that. 2, I don't know how the receiver caught it. 3, the coverage was perfect.
Yeah.
Like the fact that was a completed pass was insane. Like he is really in his bag right now.
I think that Jacoby Myers on that team is like a scary addition, man.
Have you seen the splits of like what Trevor Lawrence's quarterback rating was before and after?
No.
Before Jacoby Myers, he was like 28th best quarterback in the league. Since they got Jacoby Myers, he's like top 4.
Wow. That they might be a team to look out for next year. Like this ain't gonna be their year, I don't think. But like when they get Travis Hunter back, and they decide he's an offensive player, and then that receiving core is gonna be crazy. Look at this Parker Washington. I don't even. This dude went nuts. And it's gonna be him, Jacoby Myers, Travis Hunter, and Brian Thomas. Like they might have the best receiver core if they keep them together in football. And then Tim Patrick just hanging out in there, just a veteran. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this was a very impressive win.
Against a great defense.
Bo Nix reverted back to college Bo Nix, where he tried to throw the ball 47 times. I don't think that's – no. I mean, they obviously were down bad. They couldn't put it together. They also had it wasn't just that they lost a fumble on a bad handoff exchange as well. So it was just, I mean, the Jaguars just fucking put it to them.
Yeah.
I was really, really impressed.
Another potential coach of the year.
It's so hard to take the Jaguars seriously because they usually, but these last 2 weeks, they look like a real football team.
Yeah, they do. They're coming into form, man. These teams are peaking at the right time.
Speaking of peaking at the right time, let's go Falcon.
I was going to say double transition.
Yeah.
Super segue. Falcons ready to go, man.
Bird battle. Never in doubt.
Oh, yeah, it was a bird battle. Never in doubt. That's right.
I honestly, I don't even know what to say about the Falcons at this point. I don't even care that we don't own our first round pick next year, so it doesn't matter that we're winning football games at this time of year. I'm glad to see the team playing well.
Yeah.
I would like to see after this, I would like them to just start sitting dudes down. Like I have no idea why Drake London played in this game. It made no sense to me. I really do not want to see Bijan Robinson playing next week. He looks so good in this game.
Bruh.
Have you ever seen a running back like he is the most casual? Like once he makes it to the second level, he doesn't even look like he's.
Well, he's not stressed at all. He's unbothered. He's an unbothered runner.
He is, and it's like he sees where he is, and he knows that the defender's gonna catch up to him at some point, right? And he's like, I can either turn back in and be Jackson Dart and risk my brain exploding, or I can just take an angle and run casually out of bounds. Like he is so chill, this guy.
I think he sees a bunch of like green numbers instead of humans. Like he's in the Matrix, and it's just like a bunch of like he's the one. That's what it is.
That is weird, bro, that you bring that up because I was going to say that's probably a better way of saying I think he sees the field in a way that other players don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think he has a type of vision that affects his brain in a way where he makes intelligent choices when
Yeah.
he's running the football. And the way he cuts, like some of
Yes.
those runs where it's like he's running through the A gap, there's all these people everywhere, and somehow he manages to like make 3 cuts
Yeah.
and he's off for 10 yards. So you're like,
Yeah.
what? How did he
It's
do that?
amazing. It's amazing. I think he might
He's
also.
unreal.
We haven't ruled out the fact that he might be a Scientologist, and maybe if you're an NFL player and you're a Scientologist, you can afford to get to the clear. So
Sure.
maybe he's already reached the. He can see everything. He's got all the information that's out there. Just throwing it out there.
Well, maybe he should tell Kirk Cousins how to get clear.
Let's take a quick break, a little barbecue break, and then come back and finish these games off and give out some awards. SveNFL is proudly sponsored by Brisket and Friends. Brisket and Friends is the best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. Barbecue so good make you want to slap your grandma. Go there. Get you some good barbecue. Best in Sweden. Now, back to SveNFL.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
We're back. That sound was for the Detroit Lions, man. That's supposed to be my team who I knew for a long time they weren't going to the playoffs. Like, Lions were one of the teams I was rooting for, man. How dare they lose to the Steelers, who, again, will not have a losing record. It's official. They will not have a losing record under Mike Tomlin. And to those fans in Pittsburgh, fuck y'all, man.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all, man. They're out there yelling, fire Tomlin. This dude is taking his oldest roster in the NFL, got them 9-6, and leading the AFC North. Fuck y'all, but you're complaining about the best coach in our fucking generation. It's like the top 3 of our last generation. And Mina Kimes too, man. Not to be calling out people, but the audacity to say that Kyle Shanahan is a better coach than Mike Tomlin is get the fuck out of here. When last season he won 9 games with that team, and he's never only won 6 games like Kyle Shanahan did, despite injuries. Get the fuck out of here saying that dude is not a good of a coach. But that's besides the point. The Steelers beat the Lions. I did not expect that to happen. Of course, I picked it on Flip and Pick'em and lost that. Even though Jared Goff had him a good game, man. Throwing the ball 54
He did. He did. But somehow, like you said, Tomlin just knows how to win.
Yeah.
He's such a good coach. I thought the way this game ended was quite funny. This play where Amon-Ra catches the ball, he's getting tackled, he throws it back to Goff. Goff dives into the end zone, scores what appears to be the game-winning touchdown, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown gets called for offensive pass interference. Even if he hadn't been called for offensive pass interference, he was down. His forward progress was more than stopped.
Give it to him.
If they had allowed that touchdown to stand, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
that would have been some bullshit. The Lions find themselves in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
They got to win out, and they need some help to make it in. I don't think they're going to make it, to be honest. I think that they took last season for granted.
Yeah.
We
were saying that though. Remember when we were like, man, when they lost, and it was just like, this NFL, man, which stands for not for long. So like that time at the top, man, it's not guaranteed. That was your year to do it. The window might have closed, type of thing. I still believe in Dan Campbell, but he's really it's a full reset, man. You lost both coordinators, you lost a bunch of offensive linemen. Like, all of these things happen. It's really hard to replicate what was an amazing season last year. Because they have their thing and they're everybody's darling, but
we do not care.
That's what it comes down to, man. The NFL feels that way.
True. It's true.
So, man, I'm really hoping that they can get it in and be some spoilers getting into the playoffs. They'll be fun to be in that stacked NFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof. How about the Raiders trying to give the Texans all they want?
Yeah, that was closer than expected.
No.
Um, Genty finally had like just an absolute dominant 128 yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown. Plus, he had another 60 receiving and another touchdown, which is a surprise. I didn't think he'd be able to do that against the Texans defense.
Nah, neither did I.
I don't know. Did they overlook the Raiders?
Probably. Because they still won. But they're probably
Yeah.
like, shit, we're in a fight. But yeah, and then I saw Pete Carroll on the sidelines. It's funny watching his old ass on the sidelines. I don't know. I was just as I was watching the game, there was one when they scored, and he just like, yeah, yeah. I could just hear it, like if you imagine him being the guy from The Simpsons, the granddad.
He's another. I mean, the Raiders have indicated that his job is probably safe, but
we heard that last year.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of teams that are waiting to see who gets fired.
Yeah.
They were talking about Stefanski being potentially let go at the end of the season for the Browns. If he's available,
Ooh.
I think some coaches might get fired
to get him
for a chance to get a hold of that guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
Texans are 10-5. They're still a game behind the Jags. Do they play? Who do they play?
Don't they play them? No.
They play the Chargers and the Colts to end the season. So
they're probably.
I don't know. We'll see.
Out. Yeah. Yeah.
Chargers Texans could be a fun game.
And then we had another like we talk about the Bears getting lucky and one score victories and stuff. It's not the Patriots. I mean, I don't know. Am I hating? I know I'm biased as hell. Drake May almost had 400 yards. God damn, almost had 400 yards passing. But the Patriots, Lamar Jackson went down early in this game, and Huntley almost led them to the victory.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the Patriots scored 15 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win this game. You wouldn't expect them to struggle so much against Tyler Huntley.
No.
Again, kind of like the Bears, the Bears and the Patriots both winning close games this week against backup quarterbacks. Lamar left with a back injury, still not really sure if he's going to play next week. I don't think it. They're not technically eliminated, but they're kind of like in the same position as the Lions. They're not technically eliminated, but they need a lot of help to sneak into the playoffs.
He probably gonna have a bunch of injections in his body to get back out there. He seems like he's been beat up this year.
Yeah, Patriots lost TreVeyon Henderson to a concussion fairly early in the game as well, so we'll see what his availability is next week. The Ravens, nothing has really gone right for the Ravens this year. Lamar hasn't really been Lamar. He's had some injury issues. Derrick Henry has had a ton of fumbles this year. He fumbled.
Man, he was balling this game too, man.
He was, but so many times, like he's probably had more fumbles this year than he had his whole career.
It feels like it. He had a huge fumble when they were like rolling. Like they were gonna like put their foot on their throats type of thing, and he just fumbled, and it's just like. And then when he loses it, he's like so big that he like can't get down to get the ball. It feels like they just like oh. Yeah. When he fumbles, he looks so uncoordinated. But when he's running the ball, he looks terrifyingly coordinated. Yeah, it was a shame, man, because it's like Lamar's having a rough go. The rest of the team's got to step up, but stepping up on the other side of the ball. You talk about quarterbacks having a safety blanket with the tight ends that we talk about. Drake May doesn't need that. He's got Stephon Diggs, who's out here saving the fucking day, man. Anytime they need a big play, they go to that dude, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And it's amazing.
That's true.
That's a safety blanket for the ages. Did you get to see the Colts 49ers game?
No, I have not seen it.
I was thoroughly impressed. I was tempted to make my MVP, Brock Purdy. God damn, this dude. He threw a stupid-ass interception, but other than that, he was lighting it up. Like, Kyle Shanahan is in his fucking bag right now, and they look better than any 49ers team I've seen like this time of the season, where they look like they're peaking, even though they gave up 27 points on defense. The Colts looked great. Phillip Rivers looked great, by the way. He threw a pick six, but he looked good, man. He was out there talking shit in true Phillip Rivers style, but Brock Purdy was out there slinging that thing. Like, they seemed like they couldn't stop scoring. Like, it was insane. It was insane. I got some more about that later, but Kittle was balling, McCaffrey was balling, Purdy was balling, everybody was balling. It was Jennings. Even Jennings was out there balling. And on the other side, the Colts looked really good with like they still got a shot. I feel like with Phillip Rivers, even though they've lost 2 games in a row, they're probably still going to keep losing, but they're going to be that team that's like you're going to know you've been in the goddamn fight. It looks like a blowout. The pick six kind of blew it up, and it was like the end of the game. Then any of their hopes, but I don't know. But they're a fun and scary team. They just ran up against a team that was game, and look at Jonathan Taylor. I think you mentioned last week once he has 100 yards or whatever. The motherfucker only had 46 yards against 49ers. They were swarming all over him, but Phillip Rivers was eating when they let him throw the ball. Really fun game, but Brock Purdy looked amazing.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you throw 5 touchdowns, you got to give it to him.
When you get a chance, watch watch a half of the game or something like that. Watch some of the you know how they do the 40-minute one? Whenever you get a chance, watch some of it, because there's a new thing that Kyle Shanahan is doing with his lead blocker in the running game, where they have that motion they do, that little speed motion that they do, but he'll motion them back behind the line, going across, and then bring them back the other way and snap the ball. He runs them back. He runs the guy back. I've never seen it before, and they did it to give the guy basically a running start to lead block, and it's just plowing. And it's Juszczyk, who's like one of the best fullback in the league. He's doing a running start, a speed motion into blocking. I don't know if they're going to try to stop it before the, in the offseason. You know how if it was Belichick, he might try to make a way to call it out. But he's in the college game now. But this is a new thing. I think teams are going to start doing this shit. You expect it in Miami. You know, Shanahan and all those guys are friends and shit. But it was really cool to see something. I love when I see something new. Like that. But it was like a speed motion fullback coming out and just plowing over a linebacker because he had a run and start to get his block. That's pretty cool. And they did it like 10, 12 times in the game.
Yeah, I mean, this division is still up for grabs, the NFC West. The Seahawks are on top of it at the moment, but I think the Rams and the 49ers have the same record.
Yeah, they're right there.
And then the 49ers play the Seahawks in the final week of the season. So this, I mean, it's been one of the most entertaining. This is up for grabs.
I feel like any one of those 3 teams could win the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
It feels like an NFC year anyway. AFC is falling apart. I just don't. The only team who's out over there, Buffalo, could win it. Patriots. The Patriots aren't ready. They're not. Once they play one of these real teams, they're not gonna win. You got some MVPs and stuff. I got an MVP. You want to hear my MVP?
Mine's short. My real MVP is fucking Rashid Shaheed. This guy has been one of the most impactful players acquired at the deadline. He, ever since landing at the Seahawks, has figured out a way to make a difference every week. Sometimes, these smaller, lesser known players, you're seeing it in Jacksonville too, Jacoby Myers. These guys who you think like, well, he's not really a real, sure, fine, whatever. But this motherfucker is just out here changing the outcome of football games by his damn self with his ability to run the ball back after a punt. It's amazing. Yeah, and he's got the Seahawks out here cooking with gas. I love it.
You the real MVP.
I'm going to stay over there in Seattle with my MVP, man. Because my MVP doesn't officially have that dog in him, but he's a motherfucking K9. And I'm talking about Kenneth Walker. We named him K9. I don't know why the whole NFL doesn't call him that, but whatever. But I watched every snap of the game. He was doing so much to help them win. Stuff that doesn't go on the stat sheet. Picking up blitzes, catching out of the backfield, getting extra yards just to get the first down, just where they just can't bring them down to help the team stay on the field. In the end, he had 11 rushes for 100 yards. That's 9 yards per rush, man. His longest run was 55 yards, and then he had 3 catches for 64 yards. The dude was all over the place. That's why I say to Kenneth Walker,
"You the real MVP."
Nice.
My trash is a collective trash, because sometimes you got to collect the trash. You know, so I'm collecting the trash in the Washington Commanders quarterback room because Marcus Mariota, he came out and he got hurt, so he didn't finish the game. And I can't find his name on the soundboard, but he came out. He went 7 for 14, 95 yards, got sacked, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And then Josh Johnson came in and was like, I'll get an interception for you. And he went 5 for 9, 43 yards, interception. And they just together were just meh and helped the team look like the worst team on this slate of games this weekend. So I got to say to that quarterback room,
You are trash!
My trash is also collective because I agree. You do need to collect the trash. I have a pile of recycling trash sitting in my hallway right now that I need to deal with.
Got to do it.
My trash goes to all of the eliminated teams who were still playing their best players. We saw Quinshawn Judkins go down.
Oh yeah,
with a bad injury. We saw a couple of other quarterbacks get knocked out with concussions and stuff like that. And even the ones that didn't get hurt, like I'm thinking to myself, the whole time I'm sitting there watching Bengals Dolphins, I'm like, why is Joe Burrow on the field right now?
Yeah.
Your entire career has been defined by always coming up short because of some injury, whether it's in the offseason or whatever. Like, why is this man on the field right now? He should not be out there.
That's because he got an asshole of a coach that's trying to save his job.
Agreed. Some of these guys, again, I would say the same. If I see Bijan Robinson on the field next year, I'm going to fucking scream at my television. Who else? Yeah, there's a couple of others. In some cases, it's like if you've got rookies out here, I don't even blame the Browns for the Quinshawn Judkins so much because it's like, okay, rookies, you want to get them snaps and get them reps and stuff like that. But some of these guys, it's like, the Bengals playing Joe Burrow, it made no sense to me, and he should not be on the field next week. So these teams need to do the right thing, stop putting your team's future at risk, and you're out. You have nothing to play for.
That's true.
Idiot.
You are trash!
Even though, you could lose your locker room though doing that.
Sure.
That's a delicate thing. The my shit got learned is the crazy stat I saw watching last night's game. Guess when the last time the 49ers punted the ball?
Oh, wow. I have no idea.
Just pick a guess. Take a guess. What would be cool? Today's December 23rd. What would be cool? So this is week 16 this week. What do you think? 2 weeks?
I'd say week 14.
So 2 weeks ago? The last time the San Francisco 49ers punted the ball was November 30th. Wow. They won all month. What's that, 4 weeks ago? November 30th.
That's crazy.
November 30th. That's Thanksgiving weekend, right? Thanksgiving weekend was the last time they punted the ball. Their punter, they showed him on the sideline kind of warming up. And they're like, he hasn't done anything. Just collecting a check. It's November 30th. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were balling like that. I watched them play. I've been watching them too, but they've been so good they haven't had to punt, man. Watch out for the 49ers, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah. What's your shit got learned?
The shit that I learned. sometimes you're cooking something. Sometimes you do it quick and dirty. Let's eat.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to do it slow and low.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, brisket
Slow
style.
and low.
Shout out to
Slow
Brisket
and
and
low
Friends.
for a little flavor. The shit that I learned, the barbecue slow smoked brisket of the NFL right now is Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
This man is so close to being perfect right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can keep doing it. I hope so. It'd be fun. You put a lot of pressure on these guys when they come into the league, especially when they get drafted so high and all of this stuff about him being a generational talent.
Yeah.
None of that was ever any of his fault. It was also not his fault that he wound up on one of the most dysfunctional franchises in the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and had a new coach every year for like 3 years.
Urban Meyer.
What a disaster. I think we are now seeing some stability in the front office and the coaching staff, and it is allowing this team to play complementary football. It's one of the first times that you've seen where their offense and their defense are kind of really helping each other out. Yeah. I think they're top 3 in the league in takeaways on defense.
Yeah.
And then they go out, and after losing, they made this bozo draft decision to get what's his name?
Travis Hunter.
That, it's funny. Like that would be like such an embarrassing thing to kind of point to, the fact that they picked this guy thinking he was going to be a two-way player. He wound up being kind of average at both positions, and then he gets injured. But then they turn around and just go get Jacoby Myers. Poof, problem solved.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they're just out here ripping teams to shred. I'm thoroughly impressed, and I think we are witnessing the rising of Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, nice. My Speck recipient is also a collective, because sometimes you got to collect the spec. And it's old athletes, man. We got to put respect on old athletes' names. This has been a weekend of some old athletes doing things in and out of the NFL. We got to see a retired MMA fighter, Tyrone Woodley, fighting against 50-year-old Anderson Silva on the undercard of the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight. And 50-year-old Silva beat the brakes off Tyrone Woodley and knocked him out in, I think it was the second round. And it was like, oh shit, this is a 50-year-old guy, man. And then Phillip Rivers out here. We saw Flacco doing it earlier in the season. We've seen all of these. It seems like a renaissance of these old quarterbacks. They're like, hey, I can read a defense. Hey, the NFL is a lot safer for the quarterback now. I can still do this. That's why I'm waiting on Dan Marino to come out and just trot out there in the Dolphins uniform and stand in the pocket. So there's still hope for us old guys, because these guys are telling us,
put some respect on my name.
Speaking of old guys, I saw the trailer the other day for the Netflix Elway documentary.
Oh.
It looks pretty good.
Okay. I'm going to check that out.
I kind of fuck with that. I remember Elway was right in the wheelhouse of when I really started getting into football. He was fun.
I liked him.
Quarterback.
He was really fun, yeah.
Speck, you know what? We've said it before, I'll say it again, and we've been alluded to it earlier. Mike Tomlin, just quit fucking with this man.
Yeah.
What else do you need? You spoiled ass, shitty fucking Pittsburgh
they're good
scumbags. Honestly, what the fuck? Put some respect on this man's name, because he's out here. Again, we all know he's never had a losing season. But he's out here fucking, they're not supposed to beat the Lions.
Bruh, the narrative was already written too. Like,
and
the fucking toxicity that they brought in. everybody thought this would be the downfall. He brought in the locker room cancer that is Aaron Rodgers and was like, I can fix him. I got this. We haven't heard shit from Aaron Rodgers all season. Like the guy who tore down the Jets organization and made a whole a hissy fit when they drafted Jordan Love in Green Bay and then made it really awkward there. And then now he comes to Pittsburgh and is a model citizen and a function and playing good football for the team and not losing games when he looked horrible in the Jets uniform. It's like, what? Yeah. How?
And they even got rid of George Pickens in part because they were like, well, he's problematic and always doing dumb shit. But they solved that problem too. They brought in DK Metcalf, who just in this game alone managed to almost drag a fan out of the stands and beat his ass. So it's like, you didn't lose anything. It's fine. We'll talk about that more in the next episode. I just think the guy, honestly, if you fired Mike Tomlin, I guarantee you that at least 5 teams would fire their coach immediately.
Yeah.
And try to get this guy. And I hope my team would be one of them. Like Mike Tomlin in Atlanta, I would get on a plane right now if I thought I could make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But so basically I like it.
Put some respect on my name.
Scariest AFC team. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I just feel like that defense is so scary. But I'm leaning to the Jags. But like for right now, I'm gonna stick with the Texans as a scary. That defense is scary, and Stroud seems to be putting it together. I don't know. Nico Collins.
I'm gonna go Jags because I really feel like to me the big aside from Trevor Lawrence playing so well in these last couple of weeks, the defense has been like shockingly consistent for the majority of the year, and that is really setting them up in a way where it allows the offense to do their job accordingly. And I think that a team like this getting hot at the right time of year, in a year where the AFC is completely turned upside down, I just feel like anything could happen on that side.
Etienne balling too.
Yeah.
NFC, I got Rams. I don't know. I got Rams, but I'm leaning. I think top 3 NFC West teams. Just pick one. I agree. Rams, Seahawks, or 49ers. They're the scariest teams.
I totally agree. I was just getting ready to say, I don't know if I can make up my mind between those 3.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
All right. And then before we get out of here, top 3 picks can pick them. Interessante Baller took the top spot after a good week. Portillo's Packers picks 1 and then kicked the field goal. That's our top 3. Over there. Shout out to y'all.
Also, well, now that we're here, we can also announce the SveNFL Fantasy Football League in the final. Dude, where's Lamar? Who has been just an absolute juggernaut all season. They've just been beating the brakes off of everybody. We'll be playing a surprise opponent. Call me maybe.
Call me maybe.
Came in as like a pretty low seed and managed to beat like one of the other best teams.
Good job.
So that'll be the final there. Storeham and Bombers and We Do Not Care will be playing for 3rd place. In the relegation league, this is rare. The 2 best teams in the league all season have made it to the final.
Nice. That's how it should be.
Your boy Rob, Haunting a Hillbillies, will be going up against your boy Schif, the mayor of Chubbtown.
All right, man. Good job, everybody. Thanks everybody for playing over there in the fantasy league. And hopefully we get more players so that we can open up a new league. We got 2 leagues, relegation and the big league. So we'll see, man. That's about it, man. Thank y'all for checking it out. You hear the horn. Either you heard something spectacular or something amazing on the way. Former Stroop. Thank y'all for checking it out. That's been the Week 16 reactions. We'll be back soon with the Week 17 predictions. Happy holidays, everybody. Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and all that stuff. I've been Jonathan Rollins.
Skip Mazzara.
with SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.